like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop, and you're catching me in a bit of a good mood right now. Yeah, I'm a little bit happy. I'm recording this video on Friday, and Friday is a short day for me because I have to be offline by about 5:30 in the afternoon for the Jewish Sabbath, where everybody goes offline. And I'm ahead of the game. Like, I managed to stay ahead of the game for about a week and a half now. I'm recording this video, well, if you're watching it, it's on Sunday. This is to go out on Sunday. And I just did a Doctor Who news video Friday, right? Which, for me, I recorded it on Thursday. So, and I thought, I'm good for a week. There won't be anything else. No, a whole bunch of stuff happened overnight. So we're going to be talking about all of that. Some bit surprising, genuinely surprising to me anyway. Surprising to me, by the way. Corona has come to visit the Rabbi house. My God, my wife is just freaked out by it. I get it, okay? I don't really want to catch Corona either, okay? But like, she's going to want to isolate herself in one of these plastic bubbles as the kids go upstairs to their room. Well, the kids are like in their 20s. Yeah, they go upstairs in their room because they have to isolate. There's one we're pretty sure has. The other one I don't think does. His roommate did. So I don't know. But whatever. So we got a lot of stress going on. So what do you do when you have a lot of stress? I watch a bit of Doctor Who. Actually, that's really good advice. I remember when I was waiting for my father's funeral. It's about 2 years ago. Because on the day of your father, firstly in Judaism, you bury your relatives. Or if you're burying, I guess, very quickly. It's normally within 24 hours. If it's in Israel, they try and do it on the same day. Like, it's really, there's no embalming going on, right? But anyway, so the day that, the funeral, you don't really have much to do. So I'm sitting around. I got like 3 hours to go. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch Twice Upon a Time. I haven't really seen it, but I saw it once. My father passed away about a month or so after, so I have another watch, and it's all about death, right? It's all about death and acceptance of death and moving on, and but that's why I love Twice Upon a Time. What do you do in times of stress? You want to talk to who? Doesn't really work for the rest of the family. I have to tell you, if I suggested to my wife, hey, do you want to check out the Macra Terror? That'll calm me down. I think I'll probably end up having a dent in my head as the disc is thrown at me, and the box is thrown at my head. Fine. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are very nice to do. Thank you very much. If you're Rumble, hit the Rumble button. Ever since Dr. Alex has shown me how to link my Rumble account to my YouTube account, I haven't even looked at my Rumble account. It just automatically updates, right? But if you're the Rumble, hit the little Rumble button. I'm hoping there'll be some cataclysmic thing and Google goes down, and then everybody goes to Rumble, which I would quite like. That will certainly sort me well. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Oh, and also Substack. Sign up to my Substack if all goes well. The second issue of the Ice Warriors, episode of Ice Warriors, is going out today. If this video goes out on Sunday, it's going out today. On Friday, I've decided I'm starting to drop this other thing called Red Ghost. They're only going to get the first few parts of that before that goes on my paid one. But look, dude, I like giving you good comics, right? Plus, also, Substack is an email list, if I haven't said, and it's free. If you want to sign up my paid one, mwah, that's fantastic. I've really got to start promoting that. But and we got some good content coming on there as well. So like, share, subscribe, comment, Substack. Go check out Ice Warriors is awesome. Ice Warriors, I'm really happy with it. I'm coloring it, so I might actually do that. Color the next episode. After I finish recording these videos. Fine. Speaking of things being coloured and created and drawn, let's have a quick look at this story, which we're not going to linger on. I don't even think I'm going to put it on the thumbnail. This is the third time I've talked about this. Doctor Who Animations of Lost episode cancelled. So the reason I'm mentioning this is from Radio Times, and it's an official source at this point, right? So I don't know which way to go. It's like the Russell T Davies Doctor Who. I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I don't know. It could be anybody. It could be really, really bad. I really don't know. It seems to be that BBC America has pulled out the funding for the animated classic. If you don't know, by the way, these are really, really, I really like them. animated recreations of lost stories. And it was a bunch of people funding them. One of them was BBC America. BBC America are withdrawing the funding. So the first inference you can probably take from that is that it's just not worth it for BBC America to make Doctor Who content. And the reason it's not worth it for BBC America to make Doctor Who content is because Doctor Who content is much, much less attractive nowadays, right? It's much less popular. Why is that? Because Jodie Whittaker, right? Jodie Whittaker, Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who, which is something we've got to keep reminding ourselves throughout this video, right? What happened? What happened when everything revolved around identity politics? It all went down the tubes reasonably quickly. It would have been much quicker. It's only thing that Ham does that now. We recognize it much quicker and there's much less grace. But they had a good 2 years while they watched the ratings dwindle away to nothing. Until this year, it was ridiculous, right? It was over. So that's the first. Yes, probably Jodie Whittaker did kill the animated classics. But also, if you remember in 2005, if you're around in 2005, there was a big bringing in of all the Doctor Who licenses into one roof, right? BBC, what was it? It was BBC Entertainment there, or BBC Worldwide. I can't remember what the name of that commercial arm was then. But they brought back all the licenses. Big Finish were lucky to survive, right? They were lucky to survive when they bought all the licenses in-house. No, this was by 96. I lie. This was in 96 where they bought all the licenses in-house for the Paul McGann movie because they thought it was going to be, a new series of it. So, and this was before Big Finish. So, but they Virgin Publishing lost their license. They bought everything home. So I think Sony might be doing the same thing, right? Russell Davies, I think, wants to make a Doctor Who streaming service. And if he wants to do animated Doctor Who, which he might well do, they've been wanting to do animated Doctor Who for quite some time. And I think the market is really there now where it never has been before. I think things like, what's that show, Invincible, on Amazon Plus, which was very good if you'd never seen it, which was a cartoon show. It did very well. I think cartoon version of Doctor Who would do well. Both like these ones, reconstructions. And also new stories. Like, wouldn't you like to hear a War Doctor story, an animated War Doctor story with Jonathan Carey, who does the voice on Big Finish, to do that? It'd be fantastic. I think it'll be absolutely fantastic. But anyway, this is the first time the story's actually been confirmed. So let's see what the official sources have to say. Latest entries were the Evil of Darkness and Galaxy 4. Evil of Darkness. Freaking awesome. Oh, I'm so glad we got that one. Where is it? If the report proves true, no doubt it will provoke an outcry among Doctor Who fans who outcry every time one's released go, oh, this is no good. Including me, okay? Including me. So that gives you an idea how stupid we all are. For whom the missing episodes are a long-standing frustration. Look at that, we said the same thing. Certain Doctor Who serials that were left incomplete during archiving practice of the 60s and 70s, which saw a number of programs deleted for logistical reasons, again, logical reasons. Fortunately, audio of all the missing episodes, this is the power of fandom. Right at the beginning, they were recording the audio because they didn't have VCRs, video recorders. If BBC America has withdrawn support for the animated specials, it's possible another funder could step in. BritBox has been suddenly indicated. Look, is it the end? Maybe. Has the end been prepared for? Maybe. I mean, I would like... I'm an optimist. I would like to hope so, right? I would like to hope so. I would like to hope this next story isn't the case. Tanai Miller, it would be incredible to play the next Doctor in Doctor Who. Oh, Tanai, really? I mean, again, if you're a white man and you had exactly the same, acting ability and success, and there's no way this story would be on Radio Times. There's no way whatsoever, right? And doesn't that make you? I don't know. I mean, you seem like a very intelligent, creative, capable human being, right? From what I've seen, look, you're a very good actor tonight. She's a is she a good actor? Kind of one note, actually. She seems pretty similar in everything. Although she was in Foundation with an American accent for some reason I couldn't really work out. And Foundation wasn't very good. Oh, I really wanted to like that show, but man, did it jump the shark pretty darn quickly. But yeah, listen, I this is where identity-driven casting has brought us. Because when you do identity-driven casting, for some reason, the showrunners, people like Chris Chibnall, cannot work out that's not all you need, right? They just can't. It just can't fit in their head. The idea is, oh well, Jodie Whittaker's a woman. What would you want? Well, we want stories and consistency and a good characterization. It just seems that it seems to be that Tanai Miller's casting would be a stunt cast, right? Great actress though she is, probably would have been a more interesting Doctor than Jodie Whittaker. But I wouldn't have saddled her with Chris Chibnall, right? She would have been, I think she would have been an interesting Doctor, because I really believe the character is a masculine character, and I think Tanai Miller can do masculine women quite well, and that's not an insult, right? I'm really not putting it down. But please stop with the insanity. Not everything is good for everything. Really, it's just relentless. But let's see what they have to say. Tanai Miller, it would be incredible to play the next Doctor in Doctor Who. La Fortuna star, never heard of La Fortuna. Response to fan campaign to replace Jodie Whittaker, for her to replace Jodie Whittaker on the BBC series. The fans, firstly, the fans saying they want you to replace them. They couldn't care less about you. They couldn't care less about racial equality. They couldn't care less about sexual equality. They couldn't care less about it. All they care about is being wrong, right? Which they're having a lot of trouble saying they're not wrong, right? This era of Doctor Who has failed completely because it pandered to them. Right, and they don't want to say they've been wrong. They just don't want to do it. They always say, "Oh no," they just don't want to do it. It's a bit weird, really. All things considered, it's a bit strange. But yeah, no, it's just too much, and that's why they want her to be the next Doctor. Because if she's the next Doctor, they feel like somebody else says, "Yes, you were," and the same thing will happen again. I think even Russell Davies. And maybe not, but I think the British public, which is your main audience, will turn off in an instant if they see Tanai Miller as a Doctor. I think Jodie Whittaker has poisoned the well. As I said, Jodie. So let's see where this idiot campaign's going. This idiot story is coming from. Jodie Whittaker's finest Doctor Who is set to air on BBC One in autumn 2022. Oh God, please. What a perfect way for the BBC to celebrate its centenary, right? What an absolutely perfect. What else espouses every value of the BBC, right? Of the current Doctor Who that's reviled by everybody other than the BBC and Guardian readers, right? It's absolutely reviled. And it's such a good example of what the BBC has become. Such a good example, a reason of why the BBC, needs to go. I think they need to go at this point, and I think basically that's what's going on. Jodie Whittaker, and the idea of the next Doctor is very much the speculation of fans. One name that is one popular name in fandom is Tanai Miller, with a series of voters suggesting Years and Years star. As perfect candidate to replace Jodie Whittaker. She's a perfect candidate if you don't want to have egg on your face and be proved wrong, right? She's not the perfect candidate if you want Doctor Who to succeed, right? That's just the way it is, mate. Radio Times caught up with Miller recently to discuss her role on the AMC treasure hunter drama La Fortuna. I wonder if she plays American in that as well. And it couldn't resist putting the big question to her: does she want to be the next Doctor? What was she going to say? Get off! No! I'd rather have a fish shoved up my arse. Yeah, no, of course she's going to. Really? What do you think she's going to say? She'll say something like, "It would be incredible." It would be incredible. I'm obviously a fan and a Whovian too. Is she? Well, here's the thing. Tanai Miller, she's the one who dropped that she knew who the next Doctor was about. Was it 2 years ago or a year ago? I can't remember. It was around January. But yeah, she said, "Oh, I know who the next Doctor. Everyone's just going to love her." And that was fueled the speculation that it was, I can't remember the name, Manda Padamanda Panda Bear Padame. I can't remember a freaking name. Okay, it was the Then and that you've got to label people this way to say, you're talking about. It is the non-white skinned, slightly dark but not black woman who was in the first season of The Blacklist and is in ER or was in ER. Okay. I really can't remember her name. Padamab. I can't. Padamasava? I don't know. Okay, but she said that. So is she a Whovian? I'd be interested. I'm. Maybe she is. I really don't know. And more than that, I just adore Russell's writing. Well, of course you do. We all do. I mean, again, quality is quality. Having revived the series to great acclaim in 2005, Russell Davies is returning to his showrunner post for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary in 2023 and beyond. I wonder how long beyond. The rumor is till 2025, right? Miller's work with Davies on the 2019 series Years and Years is at least part of the reason why her name has come up in fan conversation. Now, if you have seen Years and Years, that's a reason that's Russell T Davies being as woke as Russell T Davies could possibly be and really being in deep Trump derangement syndrome territory, right? Do you remember, and you probably don't, it's been a year of insanity, but before, in the age of Trump, everyone was saying, she's going to destroy the world! Oh my God, there's so many terrible things going to happen! And that's what Years and Years was essentially about, right? It was kind of like, oh, look how terrible things are going to... Yeah, firstly, you were wrong about everything, Russell, right? If you look around the world, quite a bit worse today. Like the metrics are just the metrics. So that's the first thing. Second thing is everything you said was going to happen did happen as soon as Trump left office, right? So this Years and Years is as close as Russell Davies can be writing woke insanity, right? Absolute woke insanity. What bad? Still watchable. Still with good characters. Still drag me in. I felt bad for him more than anything else. I thought, well, Russell, it's all going to be okay, mate. And it was okay till his guy got into office. I don't want to. And look, this is not a party political broadcast. Boris Johnson seems like the arsehole of the year too. Here's what we need. Okay, here's what reality needs. We need Lex Luthor from a different universe to come, a good Lex Luthor, and come with like some brain reading crown that goes on and it reads your head. And if you have any desire to have any form of authority over other people, you're instantly banned from any form of government, right? Instantly. I think that would just make a better society, don't you? They're all awful, right? They're all terrible. I don't know what to tell you. Fine. Though she's not convinced the award-winning writer will go the obvious route. Well, this will be the obvious route to the Twitter crazes, right? This is absolutely the obvious route. I don't think Russell will go with expected choice. Let me put it that way. I really want to know what that freaking means. Expected by who? Expected by fans? Expected by normies? Expected by Twitter weirdos? I don't know. Expected by who? Because we all expect very different things. So, it's going to be surprising. That's really my vibe, I guess. It's going to be as surprising as Christopher Eccleston was surprising. So, it was Christopher Eccleston. Would that be awesome? That's not going to be Christopher Eccleston. No. That's not going to... I'm saying now, that's not going to happen. And then, by the time this video comes out on Sunday, just before this video goes live, Christopher Eccleston is announced as the new Doctor. You wait and see. The good Lord has a good sense of humour. And does like to kick me in the balls. So I guess I'll have to wait for a couple of days, see how things pan out. It's a Sin Star. Ollie Alexander and Lydia West have had their names up in the book as alongside Miller's, but Miller suggested the part might go to a relatively unknown actor, Maury Douglas. Man, I really liked him now. Okay, he's really winning me over. There was another actor I thought was really good as well. Or Patrick Troughton's grandson, whose name I can never remember. He was in the Harry Potter movies. He'll be awesome. Similar to Matt Smith's cast in 2009. I think the plan was Patterson Joseph until Matt Smith walked in the room. It might be something that somebody you don't really know because Russell's very good at doing that. He is very good at doing that. He's David Tennant, for example. David Tennant got the lead of Casanova because I watched that thinking, I bet he's going to be the next Doctor Who. And I watched it going, oh, he's the next Doctor Who. making people's careers, and that's I think why it's coming out. By the way, also Billie Piper. Billie Piper was a pop star, right? And it was like, who's this idiot? She can't act, and boy, did she do a good job. Although she was in the thing called Canterbury Tales right before, which she was fantastic in. I mean, she was very good. He's made mine. That's true. He has made his career. Him and the other people, but certainly. He was certainly instrumental. I wouldn't be sitting here talking today if it wasn't for Russell Dave taking a gamble. What did he get gamble with her for? I'm not sure. Having won rave reviews for a performance in Years and Years and The Haunting of Bly Manor, Tanai Miller's next project will tackle a vicious character in an all-star drama featuring Stanley Tucci and Clark Peters. Miller can be seen at... what is it then? I mean, that's a bit of a prick tease. Okay, fine. But you're not going to tell us what it is. Okay, no problem. So, is Tanai Miller the next Doctor? It doesn't sound like it. It sounds too obvious, right? It does. It sounds too obvious. Too obvious a way to go. So, an obvious way to go that you would thought they would go. For the licensees we're talking about. Let's say you have the license to Doctor Who comics, right? Comic industry is in the toilet, right? It's in the absolute toilet. Doctor Who's actually in quite a good shape to survive because there's a real big tradition of Doctor Who comics. Not really though, because the reason the comic industry is in the toilet is because of the same reason Doctor Who's in the toilet, and they've just been really pushing the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who, which is just not very popular at all. The reason not very popular is I just don't think it relates in any way. But you might think, people knowing they are going to certainly lose money if they carry on that route would stop them. No, and this is the most amazing thing possible. You would have thought the Jodie Whittaker era is over. It's a lame duck season. We're not saying anyway. We've got those 2 more stories, and then it's done. No. More Chris Chibnall Doctor Who. Yes, more Tuesday, whereas the Doctor Who, the forgotten fugitive Doctor, returns for a new epic adventure. Why? Why? Is it what you want to really? Why don't you just pay whoever's writing this and drawing this and the printers and to not make it? Because why don't you just burn the money, right? Just burn the money. Because I get it. You don't want to be wrong. You don't want to be proved wrong. You want to say maybe it was just Jodie Whittaker. No, it was Chris Chibnall. And okay. Granted, Jo Martin a lot better than Jodie Whittaker, right? Much better than Jodie Whittaker. That's not really a high bar to get over, really. I mean, I want to tell you. So, what is this epic new adventure? Doctor Who will continue the story of Jo Martin's forgotten the fugitive Doctor, but she's jumping into a completely different medium in April. And this one again. Didn't see it coming. Jo Martin's The Forgotten Fugitive Doctor is returning for Doctor Who in a Doctor Who comic that kicks off on Free Comic Book Day on 2022. Okay, it being a free comic, I will probably review it if it's free. I mean, no one can fault the current Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall on his ambition. Wait a minute! Every single person watching this video, right? Every single person, we can all fault him. We all fault him because his ambition, it just exceeded his reach, exceeded his grasp. I think is the expression. Yeah, of course we can bloody fault him for it. Fine, put over on his ambition. During his tenure, he revealed everything viewers thought they knew about the Doctor was wrong. Like what? That we liked it and it was good. Right? Yes, that was wrong, right? Yes. She is not a Time Lord. At all. I don't think it's a she at all, quite frankly. But rather, she is a timeless child, a being who originates from another universe whose power of regeneration led to her becoming the base genetic code for Time Lord race. I get bored as I read that. And I'm really? The retcon will also introduce a new incarnation of the Doctor, usually referred to as the Forgotten Doctor. I call her Dr. Ruth. Okay? I call her Dr. Ruth. You have the sex. Best appearance of Dr. Ruth ever in any comic book is, of course, The Dark Knight Returns when she was on the... it was the Conan O'Brien show, I think. In the cartoon, it's Conan O'Brien. In the comic, I think it's Dave Letterman. And Joker gives this... has this, hypnotic lipstick, right? And he kisses her, and she becomes a sex fiend. She's like, sex on sex on sex. One of the great moments in comics. I think Dark Knight Returns. I'm going to say issue 3, or just by the graphic novel. The record also uses the new incarnation of the Doctor, usually referred to as the Forgotten Doctor, but sometimes the fugitive Doctor, played by Joe Martin. Doctor Who Fox finally confirmed this Forgotten Doctor's place in the timeline. She is a pre-Hartnell incarnation. Again, this is... I think it's all going away. I think Rusty Davies, with a stroke of the pen, it will all go away. Bye-bye. Confirmed this place in the timeline. She is a pre-Hartnell Doctor. Bollocks! Who served the interventionist group known as the Division. And what a crappy name. What a crappy name for something that's identical to the CIA. That's the Celestial Intervention Agency. Her story remains a mystery, and unfortunately, it's looking increasingly unlikely it will be explored. I think that's what they should have done with season 13, quite frankly. His time as showrunner is coming to an end, along with Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. There are only 2 more specials this year before the 2 depart, with Russell D. Davies returning as the next showrunner, and the 14th Doctor is yet to be announced. Yeah, listen, none of what you just said indicates it's gone down well, right? None of it indicates this is a good thing. Surprisingly, it looks as though the fugitive Doctor story will continue in comics rather than on sport. I am surprised. I mean, is there a market for this? I mean, there's a market for Doctor Who comics. There really is a market for Doctor Who comics, but is there a market for this? I don't think so. The Free Comic Day website has been updated to confirm the Titan Comics Doctor Who Free Comic Book Day issue features Joe Martin's Forgotten Doctor, written by Jodie Houser. Oh, man. Okay, so she's written the entirety of the Jodie Doctor Who line. I've read bits of them, and they've all been awful. The worst one, and this was one of the better ones from what other people have told me, is Time Lord Victorious, the Time Lord Victorious two issue crossover. It was a disaster. Okay, it was a disaster on every term. The storytelling terms, it was a boring story. It was told badly, and then Jodie Whittaker was shoehorned into a project that was designed to overcome the detriment that Jodie Whittaker had brought to Doctor Who comics, right? And so it was the weirdest thing. And the story was just insanely stupid. It was David Tennant was kidnapped by the Daleks so he could infiltrate the Daleks' super stronghold of weapons. And then there was a giant mud monster in there. I failed to see what it was had to do with the Flux, not Flux, with the Time Lord Victoria. It wasn't substandard something you'll get from Vita Ayala, but it was a boring, unengaging comic, reasonably substandard, right? So Jodie Houser, okay? Again, if Jodie Houser was a white man, Jodie Houser would not have this job. It's that simple. Featuring up by Rabita in Gran Atta. Now, she actually is I think she's more a better artist than Jodie. However, she's very feminine. It's a very feminine artwork, and I don't think it really works for this type of script. It will serve as a lead into an epic new arc that will launch in May 2022. That amazes me. I mean, it amazes me they're doing this as a free comic book day, but it amazes me that it's an intro into a mini series. Has it not gone badly enough as yet? Really? Has it not really crashed and burned quite as totally yet? An epic adventure with the traveling Time Lord. This issue serves as a lead into an explosive news story that reveals the very, very, very early years of the Doctor, past, present, and future, will all collide in a Doctor Who tale that's out of this universe. Okay, I will totally review this. It seems that some of the Doctor's forgotten adventures will be told in different media other than TV series. Honestly, listen, I'm prejudiced against this, obviously, because I don't like this era. I'm intrigued to see how it sells. Maybe it'll sell. It's not going to sell. But I'm intrigued to see how it goes, because if this goes well, who knows? Big Finish could do stuff as well. But and I'm surprised it's not Big Finish who are doing this. Although I guess Titan Comics has the license for the Doctor Who comics. It seems the Doctor's Forgotten Adventure will be told in different media rather than TV series. That had always been likely. I'm just amazed that okay, you don't have the budget to make the successful, right? The successful animated recreations of the classics, but you do have a budget to make this. I mean, this is much cheaper to produce, of course. That had always been likely. Doctor had a long history of transmedia, and when the showrunner leaves the different media tend to run with the various loose ends or the pre-loose ends. Like there was the idea for Doctor Who magazine comic when they weren't sure when the Christopher Eccleston episodes were going to air, right? So they were firstly the final McGann story. If you get the trade paperback, which is very good, it's a Sideman story, which is also very good. There's 4 McGann trade paperbacks of comics. Again, they're excellent, but the final one, the final page of it was him regenerated as Christopher Eccleston, like sleeping it off, on somebody's couch. But it said no, you weren't allowed to show his face before it was on TV. So an idea they had, that's why that story ends without him regenerating when it looks like he's about to die. But that, which is great because of that we had Night the Doctor. So one of the ideas they had was to have him in his permanent regeneration form. So he's like his head's exploding, and he'll be like Demumu, right? That was from Doctor Strange. Is that Demumu? Is that the right one? I can't remember. But yeah, have him permanent for like 4 weeks. That way they can float with the schedule, right? And get it in the right time. Well, that would have been a bad idea. That was Rusty Davies' idea. I don't think that really would have worked. They should have just done a like a non-Doctor story, like an absent Dark story or something. But no, it actually worked out quite well. Transmedia. Picking up those. The story of Rusty Davies' time was been told in novels and audiobooks, for example, while Missy, the version of The Master from the Stephen Moffat series, has recently starred in her own comic book miniseries. And also she gets box sets with Big Finish, which I didn't get the last one because I'm not interested in meddling nun. Gemma Whelan as the female meddling monk really isn't very good. That's the bottom line. It's not that she's a woman; she just plays it badly. But it's still surprising to see this happening before Chibnall actually leaves. It's surprising to see it happen, given the absolute disaster, scorched earth disaster that the Chibnall era has been. I can't believe there's somebody actually doing a commercial content based on it. As Davies explains in May issue of 2005 Doctor Who magazine, Doctor Who is produced by a public service broadcaster. It's paid for by you, the license player, and as a consequence of status, the BBC has to be very careful with merchandising. I don't think this is still the rule, but sort of. There was this big thing happened just before, I think 2003, 2004, where the BBC got in a lot of trouble because they were doing direct-to-video EastEnders spin-offs, right? And so it felt like to get part of the story you had to pay, which was against the BBC charter, right? Because they're like, oh, you got to get this extra bit. So they were very nervous about Big Finish and things like that. But thankfully, we had a traditional thing going on outside of TV. So I think that's what saved it, and Rusty Davies saved it. There's a bunch of DVD extras called Doctor Forever, which talks about the wilderness years and it coming back, and the third one was about a second one, I think, was about Big Finish with Rusty Davies telling the whole story about it. I love that stuff on the Blu-ray. You see, if Rusty Davies wants to do a streaming service, it really isn't that hard. First, you have all the classic Doctor Who, plus all the classic Blu-ray DVD content. People will pay for that. Like, would you pay $4.99 to have all Doctor Who? $4.99 a month to have all Doctor Who, plus new content, plus cartoon stuff. Maybe throw Big Finish stuff into it as well, right? Have that on tap all the time. $4.99 a month? I bet you would. I would too, right? Have it as a stream, or sell it to Netflix, sell it to Apple, by Apple. Buy CBS. What's wrong with you? You want somebody to sign up to your streaming service, but buy CBS and make it the place of Star Trek. Get rid of the Kurtzman garbage and make all the fan films, bring them back. You want people to sign up to your service. That would make people sign up for your service. So we are happy to enjoy Doctor Who off screen and read it in novels, but we must never make it that purchase necessary. If you had to buy a BBC novel to understand the plot as transmitted on BBC, we would be breaking the BBC guidelines. Yeah, they got a lot of trouble for that. This is why the TV series couldn't get involved with the popular Time Lord Victoria's Transmedia initiative back in 2020. Well, I think they brought in the Time Lord Victoria's Transmedia event because merchandising had completely failed under Jodie Whittaker, right? She was very noticeable by her absence, right? And her being shoehorned into that Time Lord Victoria's story was just insanely stupid, right? Just insanely stupid. But in the comic. So yeah, listen, a bit of revisionist history and 2021. For example, it perhaps hints we won't there won't be many more revelations about Joe Martin's Forgotten Doctor in the next 2 Doctor Who specials, which to be fair is good because it would have been better for them to be focused entirely on Jodie Whittaker. And don't forget, of course, that Captain Jack graphic novel that was also, I think, drawn and cancelled, right? Drawn and cancelled because Captain John Barrowman, oh no, he must remain cancelled forever. So the Doctor Who Free Comic Book Day special will be in stores on April 13th, 2022. And viewers eager to learn more about the Fandom Doctor will definitely want to pick this up. I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to, I'll pick it up, and I'm certainly going to review it. But I do find this a surprising move. In that it's insanely stupid, right? Yes, I find the insane stupidity of it absolutely breathtaking. Like, just completely, absolutely breathtaking. Now, why? This, I think we can't reiterate this enough. Why is it absolutely breathtaking? Because this has not gone down very well. How do we let's go over why we know it hasn't gone down very well. We'll look at this final article from Brinkwire, which is normally very positive to Jodie. Check out this headline. Jodie Whittaker's departure has been dubbed amongst the worst in history, has dealt a devastating blow to Doctor Who. I don't think you need the word departure. I think Jodie Whittaker has been dubbed the worst in years. I think the staying on's the bit that was the worst in history and has dealt a devastating blow to Doctor Who. The departure may be the least of the bloody problems. Jodie Whittaker's departure has been dubbed among the worst in history. We know that. You've just said the same thing. Which the Doctor Who has suffered. Okay, you just said it. Okay, I'm going to read this verbatim, right? Jodie Whittaker's departure has been dubbed amongst the worst in history and has dealt a devastating blow to Doctor Who. Jodie Whittaker's departure, which has been dubbed amongst the worst in history, has dealt a devastating blow to Doctor Who. Doctor Who has suffered a devastating blow. Okay, I think they got a devastating blow. Okay, is that called a devastating blow job? I don't know. You, the viewer, decide. Ahead of Jodie Whittaker's departure, which has been called amongst the worst in it. Oh my God, they're still doing the same thing. Fine. The New Year's Day special of Doctor Who in one of Jodie Whittaker's final appearances at the Time Lord received the lowest ratings to date. Yes, we know that. I go check out my video. It came out on Saturday, I think, yesterday. The most recent episode of Doctor Who entitled Eve of the Dalek, Jodie Whittaker, Dan, John Bishop, and Yaz Mandigill were trapped in a time loop and each loop they got less ratings. So it's like it went down with each time loop. Trapped in a time loop and were constantly being exterminated by Daleks and the ratings. The special had, on the other hand, amongst the lowest views in the show's history, according to reports, and was one of the top best in the quality that she's done. I don't want to tell you. In 2018, not saying it was good. It's not saying it was good. It was just not as bad as the others. In 2018, Jodie's first episode drew 9 million viewers. It was more than that. Hang on, let me have a quick look up. It was more than that. It was like 9 point. Here, one second. I'm not even going to pull up the image. I'm just looking at my own notes. Hang on. 10.96, not 9. 10.96 million. Okay, 10.96. That must have been the overnights. But the most recent episode draw 3.4. 3.2. Oh my God! If you're talking about overnights, 4.4. If you're talking about consolidated, Which it comes as Rusty Davies returns to the series after 12 years hiatus in an attempt to save the BBC drama, which had been struggling to find an audience. So in that context, tonight, where's the Tonight Miller story? The Tonight Miller story may not be the best bloody idea. Where is it? Yeah, in that context, this might not be the best bloody idea. Even though people are watching and catch up, the viewers have dropped since sending it hasn't been offset. No, the catch up is terrible, right? The catch up is like 800,000. No, for Eva the Daleks, the catch up was 1.2 million, so 1.19, I should say. The purchaser of A Place in the Sun had a nervous breakdown as a result. What? The purchaser of A Place in the Sun has a nervous breakdown as a result of the relocation. What are you talking about? Well, I'm reading. I don't know. Is this a magazine by and for the dyslexic? Which I'm one of. Okay, I mean, let me read it. Even though more people are watching on catch up, no, they're not programming. The drop in viewers since 2018 hasn't been offset. The purchaser of A Place in the Sun has a nervous breakdown as a that's got to be a misprint or something. Plus, BBC all regarded Doctor Who as event television, blah, blah. We've seen this all before. They told The Sun, however, this doesn't appear to be, okay, fine, we've seen this. Doctor Who is one of the most popular shows on BBC iPlayer. Yeah, I understand. Whatever. This is horrendously written. Okay, this is horrendous. This is so badly written, they could get a job making Doctor Who at BBC. Okay, that's how bad a job they just did. Fine. With that mind-melting insanity going, yes, we're getting more Dr. Ruth. Why? Why not? Why not? Because it's going to lose money. But whatever. We're getting more Dr. Ruth. We're getting more Jodie. No 2 more episodes. And are we getting more Tonight Miller? I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be what's going to be going down. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.